Hello 7th graders. Your new video is covering section 3.3, which is on the volumes of prisms and cylinders. So everything we've done this chapter so far has been on area and surface area. And so now we're going to switch gears a little bit and we're going to figure out volume, which is just a number of cubic units needed to fill the space inside of a figure. So if you had a big cup and you wanted to figure out how much juice you could put in there, that's volume. You figure out what volume the cup could hold. It'll tell you how much juice you can put in there. And all volume is labeled with a little 3 because it is cubic units. A cubic unit is just a cube with edges that are 1 unit long. The volume of we're going to do rectangular prisms first. Those are the easiest ones that there are to do. All you have to do is take the length times the width times the height and you're done. Okay, pretty simple. So let's say that this is our rectangular prism here. So the height would be 2, the length would be 3, and then the depth or the width would be 1. So all you gotta do is plug it in there. It's just 3 times 1 times 2. Does it really matter which order you put it in? No, because you're just going to multiply all 3 numbers together anyway. So 3 times 1 is 1. 3 times 2 is 6. So it's 6 cubic. Said cubic, and then I wrote a 2. Should be a 3. 6 cubic centimeters for that one. It's just length times width times height, done. Rectangular prism is the easiest type of prism there is to do. So then moving on to a triangular prism, that's 1/2 of the base height because it's a triangle, right? On the ends, the bases are triangles. Half base height, and then times the height of the whole thing. The first height is just the height of the triangle, and then you take it times the height of the whole figure. Let's say that this is our triangular prism here, and so the height of the whole figure. So here are my dimensions here. The height of the whole figure is 6 centimeters, and then my triangle is 3 by 4. And you know it's 3 by 4 because there's a right angle right there. And so if I plug it into the formula, so here's the rest of the problem. If I have half times 4 times 3, which is 12, times 6, which is the height of the whole figure, half of 12 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. And that should be a 3 because it's volume. So 36 cubic centimeters is the answer to that problem. And I have one more type of problem to do, which is the volume of a cylinder. And again, because it's a cylinder, you know that you're going to have pi in there. So the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. So pi is 3.14 times r squared times h, the height of the whole figure. And so I want to draw a little cylinder here. So the radius is 4 inches and the height is 9 inches. And so if I plug it in here, I have 3.14 times my radius squared, which is 4 squared, times my height of the whole thing, which is 9. 3.14, I have to do this exponent first. So 4 squared is 16. 16 times 9 is 144, and then 144 times pi, and I'm going to round it, excuse me, round it to the nearest tenth, so 452.2, and it would be cubic inches for my answer. So it's pretty straightforward. You just have to use the formula. Pi has to be there, radius squared, and then the height of the whole cylinder. So there's the volume of a cylinder, the volume of a triangular prism. Just remember you have to do half of the base height for the base, and then times the height of the whole thing. And then the easiest one, the rectangular prism, is just length times width times height. And also remember that they're all labeled with a little 3 for cubic units. So bring that knowledge with you. We'll talk about it more tomorrow. Have a good night.